A body was found on the Arkansas side of the river in West Memphis. Deputies there alerted Memphis PD about the unidentified female. They found her on Saturday afternoon, September 23, 2023. The medical examiner in Arkansas is looking to determine the cause, and they're also waiting for confirmation on her identity, but MPD believe that's the woman they've been searching for 2 weeks. Tamia Taylor, a mother of 2 from Covington, Tennessee, she went to Memphis to celebrate her 21st birthday with 3 friends, got on a booze cruise operated by Memphis Riverboats. You're looking at the 3 friends, Keandre Jenkins, Kanisha Poole, and Shanquilla Drake. They claim that she went to the bathroom and left her phone near Kanisha and Shanquilla, but when they went looking for her, the friends could not find her anywhere on the boat.
A bombshell discovery brings top brass for Memphis police across state lines to Crittenden County, Arkansas. Our camera spotted Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis on the scene where a woman's body was recovered from the Mississippi River.
That is very devastating.
According to the Crittenden County Sheriff's Office, the body was found just after 1 Saturday afternoon near an industrial area in West Memphis, just south of President's Island. The body was sent to the Arkansas Crime Lab for identification and to determine how the person died. The finding coming nearly 2 weeks after missing mother, 21-year-old Tamia Taylor, was last seen on a riverboat booze cruise. Memphis police did decline to talk on the scene, but the department later released a statement saying they are assisting Crittenden County with this investigation. Taylor, a young mother, traveled with 3 co-workers from the Jackson, Tennessee area to celebrate her birthday in Memphis. Her friends told police they last saw her going to the bathroom. As investigators remain tight-lipped, many are wondering if the body could be Taylor, as her whereabouts remain unknown.
That is pretty sad. I hope her family gets justice.
It's sad. Hopefully they'll find out what actually happened, so that we can all know. They can tell the public what actually happened, because we've all been speculating.
In Crittenden County, Bria Jones, WREG News, Channel 3.
I have Justin Brazil coming to us from Memphis, Tennessee, ex-military Navy. He knows what it's like being on a boat for months at a time. He knows the condition of that Mississippi River, as he lives in a high-rise overlooking that exact area where Tamia got on the boat with Keandre, Kanisha, and Shanquilla. Justin Brazil saw what was going on down there for 2 weeks, and he's fully aware of how the booze cruise is set up. He's been on there several times. So let's go ahead and kick it to Justin Brazil. We're talking about someone right there by the scene in Memphis. You're not going to see this anywhere else. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it. We have information that a female body was found in Memphis today, just some hours ago, and you're right now at the same location where this riverboat is that Tamia and her friends got on 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks and now they found a body, but you're from Memphis and you know all about this area. So what do you know about this riverboat, and what do you think about the actual story that the friends are telling about her disappearance?
Well, me personally, I live downtown. And I've been on that riverboat a couple of times. And when I can tell you what they're saying, it really doesn't make sense. When I first heard the story, I didn't like what I heard, because I don't like seeing nothing like this happen, first off. But the story just didn't make sense. You know, I'm ex-military. And one thing about it is I'm ex-Navy. So y'all know what they say about sailors. We have a little fun. We have drinks. We might be out at sea for more than 2-3 months at a time. Might not see land, and when we do, we get to drinking. But every single time that we've ever went out in these different countries, from Dubai to Singapore, Thailand, wherever, no matter how bad we got towed up, we've always came back the way that we left, except for a little bit more needed. And from the fact that when they're saying that a guy and 2 girls went out with this young lady, down here on Main Street, we have a lot of people who they have golf carts and they give people rides, tips for trips. And whenever we have an event or anything like that, they'll always go towards the event. So maybe that guy, he was telling the truth. He probably seen it, and they probably said no. But is like, if you can see, like where those lights at over there, that is where the riverboat docks at. And When I tell you some, I don't believe those friends. I don't believe those friends at all. Well, I can't even call them friends. I don't believe those people.
They worked with her. They're her co-workers, and she's out with her co-worker celebrating her birthday. She was very intoxicated. They say she left her phone and went to the bathroom. Can you tell us about the bathroom setup?
Right, correct. So from when I was on the boat, what I noticed is like it's one where she was standing at. You got to kind of go down some steps, and there's a door. And as soon as you go in that door, there's a bathroom right there. That's the women's bathroom. I went out with my friend for her birthday, and I stood right there just to make sure when she went into the bathroom because people were drinking. So I just kind of, made sure everything was all right. It's a female and a male. They're on opposite sides of each other.
Is it a single bathroom? Can other people come in there too?
I didn't use the bathroom when I was there, but from what it looked like, it did look like it was big enough to have multiple people that can go up in it. It doesn't look like it was big enough. Just from the position where it is, because it's on the aft end of the boat. And behind that, that's where you have the iconic paddles that are pushing the boat along. So it's not enough room for that.
Her friend said that she didn't fall off the boat, and if she would have fallen off the boat, somebody would have been able to see it.
Correct. So all right. So the way it's set up is like on the on the front end of the boat. That's where like the dance floor is on the main level, right? That's what the DJ is set up, and all of it is on their front end, and it's people that's going basically 360 around the boat standing, from the top deck, the bottom deck. Like if somebody would have fell, they would have seen it. So like the right now the Mississippi River is very low. Like it's like you can see sandbars. They've been dredging the boat. They've been dredging the river so that they can keep barges afloat and going up and downstream. And when I tell you that if she would have failed, because there's people always recording. There's people looking from the front end to the back, from the back end to the front. It's somebody always looking and even on the inside area. Like if it started raining, that's where people will sit up, and that's where they'll set people up. They get tables and all that, and that's where you get your drinks set for the booze cruise. And if she would have failed, somebody would have seen it. Somebody would have seen it. That she did not fall. I don't see that happen at all. She got off that boat. I can probably guarantee it. Somebody would have seen her fall.
Her friend said when the cruise was over, they stayed there looking for her and they could not find her anywhere. Is it possible that she could have been hidden somewhere on the boat?
No. There's no place for her to be hidden. Not on that boat. You see, the thing about it, that boat is like most of the places is open, and like the bathroom is only one exit out of that bathroom, and that's the door, and you can go straight out from there. The thing that I'm saying is that if she would have been thrown off that boat, it was been a high chance that somebody would have seen her.
And it's only one way in and one way out.
It's only one way in and one way out, most definitely. Like right now where I'm standing at, if you look this way, you can see it's kind of like a slope going down. Now imagine that times 3 or 4. That's the slope to get to the boat. So usually the Mississippi River has some height on it. The river is deep, and you wouldn't have to walk down such a slope. But as of right now, I'm talking about it's basically a roller coaster ride straight down, because the water is so low. Their story doesn't make sense at all.
The golf cart taxi, he was down there and he said that he saw her walking with 3 people, a guy and 2 girls. So that makes more sense to you as well.
Yeah, that does make sense. So like I said, so like right now where I'm standing at, if I walk a block up, I'll be on Main Street. I'm on Front Street right now. Now on Main Street, and like I said earlier, like wherever there's an event, because all this is connected to like Main Street is connected to like Bill Street. You can get to the FedEx Farm. You can get to all of that from this area. So those guys are, whenever there's any type of event or something, they are going up and down the street at all times, just like those horses. Like matter of fact, hit them one right now as we speak. It's a It's one of these golf carts that pick up people. That's called Tips for Trips. Like this guy right here. They are constantly driving up and down at all times. They are constantly moving. And as you can see,
Mm.
like right now, like there's always police presence. So as of recent, here in Memphis, we've been having a lot of problems downtown. This is where the tourist area is. So when it comes down to it, they don't want nobody to mess up the money. So at the
Mhm.
Welcome Center, there's maybe not even a mile down from where the boat is. We have state troopers. Like right here, we got police walking constantly. It's somebody walking constantly. But the if you can look down, like you can see it just gets pitch black all of a sudden. From its
Mhm.
lights here, it's well lit here, but down there where the boat dock is at, the way that you get off, if you go to your right, you're gonna go to like an iconic park here that's in front of the river. It's called Tom Lee Park. It's a little bit of Black history, and when I tell you the way that it's set up, they just been doing some renovations on that whole park. So it's a lot of people been wanting to go down there. A lot of it is blocked off. You can't go, like cars can't even go down on that side of Riverside at all. It's blocked off. So you're kind of by yourself. You know, it's not. It's at that time of night here in Memphis. Like I said, this is a high crime area. You know what I'm saying? I love my city, but it is what it is. So it's not too many people that's walking that way. And one thing about it is, when you're walking on that side of the river and you walking down in that area, if you don't know that terrain, you can slip and fall, and you can go down into the river. It's a lot of jagged rocks. If a water runs over rocks over so long, it chips away at it little bit by little bit. But and it chips away from the grass and the earth itself. Now,
Uh-huh.
if you fall or you get pushed, it can get bad because you're gonna land on some hard rocks. As prior military, they used to teach us about when I was in boot camp. They taught us about their state troopers. They taught us about currents, and a current can swift you away quick. It can take you away very quick.
Is it possible for her to have gone down there by that park, got pushed in the river, or fell in the river, and that's how her body could have ended up on the other side and crossed over state lines into West Memphis?
100%. So West Memphis side, like across, it's not even a mile from where on the from the Memphis to the Arkansas side, West Memphis, Arkansas. It's not even a mile from end to end. And what they said that the body was found is near this place called President's Island, from what I'm being told. It's near President's Island. Now that's towards Tom Lee Park. That's heading away with the flow of the river. Is with the current of the river is heading downstream towards that way. It would have been easy for her to get pulled and taken downstream, 100%.
You stay in that building out there. So looking out, you could see all the activity over the last week or so that's been going on out there. U.S. Coast Guard searched that area and nothing showed up.
Yes, they've been. Well, after that happened, I've been seeing an increase of activity, like on boats and people and Tennessee state troopers, police. I've seen the increase of all of it. Like I live up high. I'm up 20 stories plus, and I'm looking at the river. So when I'm looking out, I see a lot of this stuff happen. It's been an increase. Like they are really looking for this young lady. Like the disturbance that happened with her and whoever the day before. You know, taking somebody's life isn't that serious. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Me myself, when I was 10 years old, I was set on fire by a young man. Young man tried to kill me. I was burned over 50% of my body. I endured over 64 surgeries from the age of 10 to 18. I ended up going to the military. Somehow, well, actually, it was on September 11th, 2001. I didn't even know the attacks was happening. I got accepted to the military. My time in the military, I started off on the aircraft carrier, USS Carl Vinson, on the flight deck. I wanted to conquer my fear of fire. After that, I got bored with that, and I wanted to really conquer my fear of fire. So I went into, I struck out into weapons. Uh, I would build missiles, bombs, torpedoes. I was small arm weapons instructor. I worked next to Navy SEALs, EOD. I did all of that. I used to lift weights 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. When I got out the military, I decided to go to school out here, Tennessee Tech. The first day of school, I ran into the young man that set me on fire. That was many years ago. The universe has this way of working. Now, I'm 290 pounds. I didn't have a neck at that time. I was huge. I was well trained. And when I ran into him, the young man told me I did this to myself. That infuriated me. Could I have hurt him? Sure. But I had to understand he played a role in my life. And like it to the people who were involved in this situation, I speak all over the world, and I speak a lot here in Memphis. And most of the time when there's something senseless and tragic that happens, it's over something that's so petty that you can regain. If this is something that you could have regained and you took somebody's life over something so small, money or that really doesn't even matter, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences. That's somebody's mother. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody's daughter. You know, and I had to think of it like that when I was dealing with the young man that hurt me so bad that almost killed me. I had to think that was somebody, and I swore off violence. I did 3 tours in Iraq. I was done with violence. A lot of people don't look at life in that manner. Life is cheap. The cost of a bullet, 40 cents, 50 cents, whatever that could have happened to that young lady. Here in this area, we have a lot of children born in single parent home, and that's over 80%. And the parents, that's either they're incarcerated, they're dead, or they were never there. And just to add into that, to create more of that, put more into that stat over something that was probably senseless, petty, it's no reason for it.
And I did cover this in my last update, but it's not really being talked about, is that she had a disturbance the night before. She had some sort of house party with her friends, co-workers, and family members, and there was some sort of altercation that went down. And I'm just wondering, did she have an issue with one of these so-called friends? Keandre, he was saying that she did not fall off the boat. She did not fall off the boat. Then you had the taxi driver who said the same thing. He didn't believe that she fell off the boat because he saw her after the cruise walking with 3 people, a guy and 2 women. I just wonder if he ever identified them as Kanisha, Shanquilla, and Keandre. And then for sure, MPD is going to have to zero in on those friends.
No, I'm zeroing on my friends. I'm zeroing in on their friends anyway. Like I said, I was on the aircraft carrier, 4,000 people. And we might have got drunk in some miscellaneous country. We didn't know anything about it, and we all came back the way that we left. And you trying to tell me a city that's maybe 45 minutes outside of where you live, and you lose a friend, you just left? There's no way. There's zero understanding. There's zero understanding. You can't tell me that you can't give me an excuse deep enough for me to say, okay, yeah, we just ended up leaving because we couldn't find her. No, not at all. Not at all. So
you're talking about a boat where it's one way in and one way out.
One way in, one way out. But like I said, that it's a steep hill that you got to come down. Most people stand up when they make it from that steep hill. When they get up top, they just stand there for a minute, breathe, get all that up out of them, because it was a long trip up. You know, it's steep. So it's like climbing maybe 10, 20 or 10 flights of stairs. I don't see anything that can make sense from that at all.
With her being so intoxicated, could you rule out her walking up that steep hill alone, with no help from anybody and not stumbling or falling or anything?
But see, that's the thing. It's a gate that shows you. It's a gate that pushes you out. Like there's only one way out. There is no other way. They're like you couldn't tell me. No, it just doesn't make sense. Whatever happened, somebody did. Something happened to that young lady, and her friends know. Because ain't no way you're gonna tell me that you just left your friend and that's it. You can't tell me that.
It's It's a lot of unanswered questions surrounding this case, so make sure you're subscribed to my other channel. I'll be posting any updates over there. Also, special thanks to Justin Brazil for sending me this update. You can follow him on Facebook. I'll leave that link in the description. But yeah, I will provide an update from MPD whenever it's available. I'll post that on the other channel. So you definitely want to make sure that you're already subscribed over there. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. No one believes Tamia just fell off the riverboat, but if she ended up in the river, how did she get there? Could she have been pushed into the river after the cruise? What happened to this 21-year-old woman celebrating her birthday, and was it her friends who she had a dispute with the day before? Shout out to Mick. I appreciate you, Mick, for all of your support for the channel. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.